Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about some different movies that make me think of Taylor Swift's album Evermore. So basically I have this thing where I like to create different lists on Letterboxd of movies that remind me of different Taylor Swift albums. I don't know if this is like insane or normal or whatever, but you know, and I thought it would make an interesting video because I love talking about Taylor Swift and I love talking about movies. And the other thing too is Evermore is definitely like a fall album to me, so I thought this would be a good time of year to do this. So if you want me to do more videos like this, like talking about, you know, like movies that remind me of Red or movies that remind me of Lover or like that kind of thing, let me know. Anyways, I do want to say first too that some of these movies Taylor has mentioned being inspired by, and some of them she has not. So this is not trying to be me like saying this is exactly what Taylor Swift meant by these songs, you know? So anyways, I'm gonna get right into it. So even if you are not a Taylor Swift fan, if you're just like interested in a movie to watch, just keep watching. Sense and Sensibility, directed by Ang Lee. So this movie Taylor actually mentioned being inspired by and watching when she was writing Evermore. So that's why I wanted to include it on this list. I've actually seen this movie many times. I grew up watching it. Emma Thompson and Kate Winslet star in it. It's such a beautiful movie, like visually, and also just the story writing and everything. Obviously Jane Austen is amazing and incredible, and the way that she writes these characters, I think one of the reasons why I love Sense and Sensibility so much is because it really focuses on the relationships between the sisters and the friendship and that kind of thing. I think a lot of times with Jane Austen people tend to look at it and think, oh, it's just like a romance, like it's just about, you know, the boy and the girl falling in love. And although that is a part of it and that is completely fine, I think too with Jane Austen's movies she always does, or her books I guess, but anyways with her stories she always does such a good job of developing the relationships between the female characters, and so I really appreciate that. Also just showing kind of like the emotions. It's just so real, like when you watch it, even though this movie takes place in like the 1800s or whatever, you still like feel, you know, that pain. Like you're like, I have been in that situation. Anyways, so obviously because Taylor Swift said that this was a big inspiration for Evermore, I wanted to include it. But also after rewatching it and then going back and listening to Evermore, I feel like I could really see, you know, the characters in the songs. The Shape of Water, directed by Guillermo del Toro. So this movie is definitely I'm just gonna say it, it's weird. So this is a movie too that Taylor Swift had mentioned being inspired by or really enjoying this movie, as well as some of Guillermo del Toro's other works. So Shape of Water is very much like a twisted kind of fairy tale. It's very symbolic. It's not really meant to be taken like literally, I guess. I personally really like it, and I like it for the fact that there's so much to unpack with it. But I know that some people are definitely gonna watch it and just be like really freaked out. So anyways, this movie definitely too, like when you listen to Evermore and Folklore to like the fairy tale side of it, you can really, you know, see in both those albums. If you like kind of like horror fairy tale vibes, then you will absolutely love this. It's just really a really good movie, and Guillermo del Toro is so talented and honestly like kind of underrated too. Maurice, directed by James Ivory. So this movie I watched a couple years ago, and it really has like that fall, like dark academia vibe to it. This movie also has like the, you know, forbidden love. Like this I feel like is Evermore. Like just watch it. Like that's basically all I have to say about it. Just watch it. It's really aesthetically pleasing. The storyline is so interesting. The characters are so interesting. Hugh Grant, this was like one of his very first movies, I think. I think even Helena Bonham Carter is in it for a little bit. Like, just watch it. Rebecca Ben Wheatley. So I just want to start off by saying that I do not support or stand or anything Armie Hammer. So this movie, I remember Taylor saying, or someone saying somewhere, that Rebecca was one of her favorite books. And especially with like the song Tolerate It, like you can definitely see, you know, where she was getting that inspiration from. I'm currently reading the book, and I know that there is a older version of this movie directed by Hitchcock, which I actually haven't seen, but I probably will because I just... Armie Hammer. Anyways, Lily James is in it. Let's focus on her. Amazing. This once again has kind of like that fairy tale, like dark gothic vibe to it. Think like Jane Eyre, like Wuthering Heights vibes basically. This was a version that came out a couple years ago on Netflix. I really haven't heard anyone talk about it. I watched it, I enjoyed it, I thought it was good, despite Armie Hammer being in it, but yeah. Little Women, directed by Greta Gerwig. I feel like it would be a crime for me not to mention Little Women. This movie is evermore. Like, I cannot tell you how many TikTok edits I've seen of Laurie and Joe with like Champagne Problems playing over it. Like, oh my god, this movie. So good. One Day, directed by Lone Scherfig. This movie I have not seen anyone ever talk about. I don't know why. It is a masterpiece. It is so good, so depressing. I watched this a couple years ago actually with my mom. Like, it's just, it feels like a Taylor Swift song. It's depressing and beautiful. So it turns out that I actually have the Evermore flannel, and I forgot to wear it in this video, so that's great. If you guys like this video and want to see more videos like this, let me know. Like I said, I have all the lists made already. I could do movies that remind me of Lover, or movies that remind me of Midnights, or anything basically. Just let me know. If you're new here, I am also kind of new here. I recently started up this channel again after a long time of being gone. I'm hoping to do kind of like a bunch of different videos: lifestyle, fashion, graphic design, and then obviously, you know, talking about movies like this. So if you are interested in any of that, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will hopefully see you guys soon. So thank you for watching. Bye!